Hello and welcome. My name is Grant A. Wallace, and today we are going to be talking about the evolving strategic role of human resource management, the implications and processes for implementation of a strategy in human resource management, as well as many different subtopics to that as well, and how you can implement a strategy for human resource management into your own business. We're going to start this presentation off with an abstract. Here's a quote from our textbook. The role of HR management in organizations has been evolving dramatically in recent years. The days of HR as the personnel department performing record keeping, paper pushing, file maintenance, and other largely clerical functions are over. The addition of this quote specifically shows that even in the year 2015, when our textbook was published, it shows that we're a very advanced business world where we require more from HR now than in recent years. We require more from the personnel in human resources, and the management of those human resources needs to be strategic, showing full utilization of human capital and the innovation of those employees, which, as Steve Jobs said, innovation is what distinguishes between a leader and a follower. But what is strategic human resource management? Well, as Michael Armstrong defines it in his book, Armstrong's Handbook to Strategic Human Resource Management, a quote from that says, "Strategic human resource management is an approach to managing people that deals with how the organization's goals will be achieved through its human resources by means of integrating human resource strategies, policies, and practices." Strategic Human Resource Management, SHRM for short. A quote from our textbook says, "Probably the single most important caveat of strategic human resource management is that there is no one best way to manage people in any given organization." This quote says it all in the fact that there isn't a right or wrong way, there isn't a defined blueprint, but rather there are some steps that we can implement to implement a relative SHRM. First, we must communicate the entire strategy. Every level of the organization must actively practice that strategy, and we must write down the specifics for all to see and reference. This is so very important and often understated. David Ulrich created a framework which is presented here. It's called the roles assumed by HR function. It says that first, an organization must have human resources become a partner with the senior and line managers in regards to strategy execution. Strategic human resources is not an sometimes thing, it's an all of the time thing. It needs to be focused on and addressed at every stage of the business cycle. Secondly, David talks about human resources needs to be considered an expert by the way that they are executing work as well as organizing it. Third, Mr. Ulrich in his framework says that human resources must be considered the employee's champion, in which a main part of their duties is to work to improve the employee contribution and commitment to the company as a whole. The last role of the framework is that the human resources must be a part and a spokesperson for continuous improvement, as well as pushing to improve the company's ability to change and innovate. I now bring up an ancient Japanese business philosophy of continuous improvement. It's called Kaizen. Kaizen is a concept referring to business activities that continuously improve all functions and involve all employees from the CEO to the assembly line workers, and that's what SHRM is. Kaizen. We must strategically use human resource management to peak our human capital. In the book, it says an organization's human capital is the greatest potential source of competitive advantage it would provide. There are many factors that can be directly managed through strategic human resource management, being directly linked to turnover and the costs that come with employee turnover, job and employee satisfaction, both on the employee and the business's end, as well as profitability and so many other metrics that lead to profitability, being in the green, and having a profitable organization. Throughout the totality of this presentation, we've covered topics that are climactic for the life of a strategic human resource management team, no matter the stage, no matter the business, no matter field. We can all learn and thrive through strategic human resource management. Thank you.